Siya Melody, hanggang dito na lang kami ha. Mauna na kami. Mag-iingat ka.
Sige, salamat.
Sige, bye-bye. Bye.
Arrival of the first responder. The first responder checks victim's condition, survey the scene, and take notes about gathered information. The first responder protects the area by cordoning off the crime scene. Note: the purpose of the cordon is to provide a highly visible barrier and protect the scene against potential damage and contamination. The first responder will call the COP responsible for assigning the IOC that will carry out the investigation. Arrival of the investigator on case. The IOC shall brief by the first responder. The IOC will conduct preliminary survey. The IOC shall report the matter on his COP and request for a SOCO. Arrival of the SOCO team. The SOCO team is composed of team leader, photographer, sketcher or measurer, fingerprint technician, evidence collector, evidence custodian. SOCA team leader shall be briefed by the first responder and IOC about the crime scene. SOCA team must put a number case on the crime scene. Before entering the crime scene, the photographer photographs the whole crime scene for the general view. SOCA team leader shall make an initial assessment at the crime scene. The team leader conducts a briefing for the whole team. Proceed to the crime scene search. The team uses the spiral method in searching. The searcher proceeds slowly, starts from the outside, following a circular shape. While searching, the team put markings beside the evidence found, and the photographer photographs it. There is a scale to measure the size of physical evidence. Case number, date, and time are also indicated. The crime scene photographer photographs the whole crime scene and the physical evidence they have found in general view, mid-range view, and close-up view. Note, the letter is for the cadaver and the numbers are for the other physical evidence. The sketcher is also responsible to sketch the rough sketch of the crime scene. The sketcher measures the cadaver from the point of origin, which is non-movable object. He also measures the distance of physical evidence from the cadaver. Note, there are types of measurements in measuring cadaver and physical evidence. The crime scene sketcher uses triangulation method. Collection of evidence. The evidence collector collects the physical evidence and puts it in the sealed container. The evidence collector tags and puts labels on evidence by placing her initials, the date and time of discovery of physical evidence for proper identification before putting it inside the evidence bags. The blood samples shall be swabbed using a cotton buds and put it in a sealed container. The fingerprint examiner collects the fingerprint of the victim. Reminder: in taking the rolled impression, technician should place first the right thumb to the rolled towards the body of the subject while the other fingers not in use is either folded or closes. The SOCA team conduct final search to make sure that they search the crime scene thoroughly. The team also searches outside the cordon area to look for possible evidence. Turnover of the evidence. The evidence collector turns over the pieces of evidence to the evidence custodian by signing in the turnover receipt. The evidence custodian preserves the physical evidence. Evidence custodian must turn over the collected evidences to the IOC. The IOC shall turn over the evidences that needs to be examined by the forensic team. The chain of custody is properly observed. Finally, the SOCA team releases the crime scene to the owner of vicinity.